You just got to keep Uncle Owen out here, Doctor.
No! I want this sanitarium the way it was before that man came out here this afternoon.
I know what you mean.
You do?
Well, it certainly gets on anyone's nerves. The way Uncle Owen always knows what's going to happen before it happens. This morning, for instance, he told us that Harvey told him that Mrs. McElhenney's Aunt Rose would drop in on her unexpectedly tonight from Cleveland.
And did she?
Did she what?
Aunt Rose, did she come just as Harvey said she would?
Yes. Those things always turn out the way Uncle Owen says they will. But what of it? What do we care about the McElhenneys?
And you say this sort of thing happens often?
Yes. And isn't it silly? Uncle Owen always says how Harvey tells him everything. Harvey knows everything. How could he? When there's no such thing as Harvey.
Fly specks. I've been spending my life among fly specks, while miracles have been leaning on lampposts at 18th and Fairfax.
Oh, good. Nobody here but people. Mother, Mom's doing come out here.
Good evening. Now, Myrtle May, I brought Elwood's bathrobe. Well, why are you all just standing here? I thought you'd be committing him.
Well, sit down there, girl.
I will not sit down there.
Say, how about you and I stepping out on Saturday night, Myrtle May?
Certainly not. Myrtle May, come here.
Sorry.
Is everything settled?
No, but it will be.
Doctor, may I give my opinion?
Yes, yes, do, by all means.
Huh, his opinion. Omar, he's the doctor I told you about. The eyes.
It is my opinion that Elwood P. Dowd is suffering from a third-degree hallucination, and the other party concerned is the victim of autosuggestion. Why, I recommend shock formula 977 for him and bed rest at home for her.
You do?
Well, that's my opinion, Doctor. Well, Elwood will not see the rabbit anymore after this injection. We've used it in hundreds of psychopathic cases.
Don't you call my brother a psychopathic case? There's never been anything like that in our family.
If you didn't think Uncle Owen was psychopathic, why did you bring him out here?
Well, where else could I take him? I couldn't take him to jail, could I? Besides, this is not your uncle's fault. Why did Harvey have to speak to him in the first place? With the town full of people, why did he have to bother Elwood?
Don't put in your oar in. Keep your oar out. If this shock formula brings people back to reality, give it to him. That's where we want Elwood.
I'm not sure it would work in a case of this kind, Doctor.
But it always has, Doctor.
Harvey always follows Elwood home.
He does?
Yes, but if you give him the formula and Elwood doesn't see Harvey, he won't let him in. Then, when he comes to the door, I'll deal with him.
Mother, will you stop talking about Harvey, that there was such a thing?
Myrtle May, you've got a lot to learn, and I hope you never learn it.
Here he is.
Ah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Elwood. I brought you your bathrobe.
Thank you, Vita.
Well, Chumley, what do we do? We've got to do something.
Yes, we must.
I should say so.
Yes, it's imperative.
Well, while all you're deciding, let's all go down to Charlie's and have a drink.
Elwood, you're not going anywhere. You're staying here.
Stay here, son.
I plan to leave. You want me to stay. Now, an element of conflict in any discussion is a good thing. That means that everybody's taking part and nobody's left out. I like that. Oh, how'd you get along with Harvey, Doctor?
We're waiting for your answer, Doctor.
What?
Well, what is your decision?
Oh, well, I must be alone with this man. All of you, step into the other room. I'll have my diagnosis in a moment.
Do hurry, Doctor.
I will.
You stay here, Elwood.
Here, Mr. Dowd. Let me get you this chair. Is there anything else I can get for you?
What did you have in mind?
Tell me, Mr. Dowd, what kind of man are you? Where do you come from?
Didn't I give you one of my cards?
And where on the face of this tired old earth did you find a thing like him?
Harvey the Puka?
Is it true that he has a function that he can
You
actually...
didn't get advance notice? I'm happy to say that it is. Harvey is versatile. Harvey can stop clocks.
What?
Well, you've heard the expression, his face would stop a clock.
Yes, but why? To what purpose?
Harvey says he can look at your clock and stop it. And you can go away as long as you like, with whomever you like, and go as far as you like. And when you come back, not 1 minute will have ticked by.
You mean he can actually stop?
Einstein has overcome time and space. Harvey has overcome not only time and space, but any objections.
And does he do this for you?
Well, he's perfectly willing to at any time, but so far I've never found any place I'd rather be. I always have a wonderful time right where I am, whomever I'm with. I'm having a fine time right now with you, Doctor.
Do you know where I go?
Where?
I go to Akron.
Akron.
Yeah, there's this cottage camp outside of Akron in a grove of maple trees. Cool and green, beautiful.
My favorite tree.
I go there with a pretty young woman, a strange woman, a quiet woman.
Under a tree?
I wouldn't even want to know her name. I would be just Mr. Brown.
Why would you want to know her name? You might be acquainted with the same people.
And I would send out for some cold beer. I would tell her things. Things I never told anyone. Things that are locked in here. And then I would send out for some more cold beer.
No whiskey?
No, beer is better.
Well, maybe under a tree. But she might like a highball.
And I wouldn't let her talk. But as I talked, I'd want her to reach out a soft white hand and stroke my head and say, "Poor thing. Oh, you poor, poor thing."
How long would you like this to go on?
2 weeks.
Wouldn't that get monotonous? Just Akron, and poor thing for 2 weeks?
No, it would not. It would be wonderful.
I can't help feel you're making a mistake not letting this woman talk. If she gets around at all, she may have picked up some interesting little news items. And I'm sure you're making a mistake with all that beer and no whiskey. But it's your 2 weeks.
Cold beer at Akron and one last fling. God, man.
You think you might like to lie down for a while?
No. Look, Mr. Dow. Would he do this for me?
He could, and he might. I've never heard Harvey say anything against Akron. And by the way, Doctor, where is Harvey?
Why? Don't you know?
I thought he was with you. Last time I saw him, he was with you.
Oh,
He's probably down at Charlie's place waiting for me.
that's it. He's down at Charlie's.
Excuse me.
No, Mr. Dow, not in there.
Well, I couldn't leave without saying goodbye to my friend, Dr. Sanderson.
Dr. Sanderson is not your friend. None of those people are your friend. I'm your friend.
Thank you, Doctor, and I'm yours.
And that sister of yours, oh, she's at the bottom of this conspiracy against you. She's been trying to persuade me to lock you up. She's had commitment papers drawn up against you today. She has your key to your safe deposit box and your power of attorney. She brought you out here to lock you up forever.
My sister did all that in one afternoon? Vida is certainly a whirlwind.
Hot man, haven't you any righteous indignation?
Dr. Chumley, my mother used to say to me, in this world, Elwood, she always calls me Elwood, she'd say, in this world, Elwood, you must be, oh, so strong, or, oh, so pleasant. For years, I was strong. I recommend pleasant. You may quote me.
All the same, I will protect you, even if I have to commit her. Would you like me to do that?
Not unless Vida wanted it that way. Oh, not that you don't have a nice place out here, but I'm sure Vida would be happier at home with me and Harvey and Myrtle May. Ah, Mr. Kelly. Diviner grace has never brightened this enchanting face. Oh, Miss Fidelity, my dear, you will never look lovelier.
And I'll never feel happier, Mr. Dowd, I know it.
Well, my dahlias!
Yes, Doctor.
I wonder if I'll be able to remember any more of that poem.
Say, maybe this rabbit gag's a good one. Kelly never kissed me.
Ovid's always been my favorite poet.
Okay. Why are you discharged? This way out.
Wilson, take your hands off that man.
What?
Apologize to Mr. Dow.
Apologize to him, the guy with the rabbit?
Apologize.
I apologize. There's the door.
If If I leave, I'll remember. Wait a minute.